Hey everyone, this is DJ Sana Gordy. Me here, you there. Let me tell you something. Tainos everywhere. I'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in and downloading this show. It's been a long time since I've done Taino Radio here in Spotify. Just want to let you know that you can always find me at the Taino Funhouse on YouTube. I do live shows every week. I put some content out, working on some shorts dealing with Taino history, and I always try to stay tuned every day in Taino Radio. Taino Funhouse on YouTube. But I'm gonna start bringing these shows back. Taino Radio, this is where it all began. I always loved radio growing up. This is way before social media. I remember as a kid, little kid back in the 1970s, Wolfman Jack, hey man, what's up, buddy? I just want to let everyone know right now. So, Wolfman Jack, if you're listening out there in the spirit world, this little kid used to listen to you. And right now, I'm doing Taino Radio. Hey man, I'd like to give a shout out to all of you out there, wherever you are, anywhere in the world. Taino Nation is worldwide. Here in America, Turtle Island, there was a recent election, and a lot of people are depressed. A lot of people are happy. So there's a lot of unhappy, teary people on the left. There's a lot of happy people on the right. But somewhere in the middle, where I belong, I don't know what the hell's going on. But today I had an interesting thought. And the thought was, has karma finally arrived here in Turtle Island? What we call the United States of America? You know, according to Vine Deloria Jr. in his book, Red Earth, White Lies, he mentions at one point, from the top of Canada all the way down to South America, there were over 25 million indigenous language spoken. And with the arrival of Christopher Columbus, and we know Christopher really well for all you Tainos out there, that poison spread throughout the West. It went down, it went in the middle, it went straight up. And little by little, villages, we like to honor their spirits. Little by little, many were killed due to violence, germ warfare. And we are the descendants of those people. Thankfully, many of our relatives did survive the onslaught of what they call colonialism, the genocidal campaign that still continues to this day. And this is why Taino Radio is alive, because they say we don't exist. But damn it, we have a right to exist. So here in America, a lot of turmoil, but finally, has karma arrived in the United States of America? Has Lady Karma arrived looking for victims? Well, I shouldn't say victims, looking for payback. To maintain the balance. Not just the languages were destroyed, the people decimated. Also, the political structures, like in the Caribbean, where you had the caciques, the chiefs. Very, very elaborate system, politics. Making sure everyone is counted. Make sure everyone eats. Make sure everyone's happy. That system was destroyed. Yep, it was destroyed. Whoa. Something else was destroyed. I don't know if you heard that outside. My studio is not soundproof because I hear right here in New York City. So, back to the topic. Basically, the descendants of a great people. If you're Pueblo, Crow, Lakota, Cree, Lenape, Navajo, Apache, Comanche, Yaqui, Kalinago, Warifuna, Pima, Mexica, Azteco, wherever you're from, wherever you're listening, we're still here, and this gives us hope. Now, United States of America, as I mentioned, stolen land. 99.9% of where Native people are right now, of those, 538 nations were federally recognized, and I'm not including the state or local tribes, they're not living in their historical lands or their traditional lands. Forced out. Has karma arrived to the United States of America? Close to 300 years. Has the politics of the left and the right, will they be experiencing the rage and the retribution of karma? Lady karma? I don't know. Just don't know, but I just had that thought tonight. Or today, earlier, as I was waiting for my bus. Is this the arrival of karma? Having a right-wing, extreme right-wing group, political group, that's about to lead. And their fearless leader, known as a liar, a rapist, insurrectionist, racist. He's the leader. Psychopath, narcissist. But then on the other side, you have the left. And we've been experiencing some interesting things in the left. Especially a genocidal war against the Palestinian people in Gaza, the West Bank, and so on. Yeah. There's no innocent people on the left or right. There's a lot of bloodshed. There's a lot of burning crosses. So the hoods are finally off. And with each appointment every day of the new administration coming in 2025, man, does it look ugly. Put the hoods back on. And the left is just chilling. Haven't heard anything from Harris. Biden just shook Trump's hand today. That's right, today's November 13th, 2024. Winding down this new year. This 2024 year. There's a lot of people who came here as undocumented, looking for some money. I know a few people that I've spoken to recently. One person has raised a lot of money. It will help this person build a home back in their islands. Dominican Republic, Skaya La Bella. They're going to build a house with the money they made, delivering food. Very frugal, not spending any money, just for food and shelter. But now soon they have to leave. But many of the immigrants that I know of who came here, they surrender at the border. They were asked of any sponsors, and they did. They had sponsors. And these sponsors took care of them. As they started making their money, they send money back to their homelands. So I want to give a shout out to all those migrants who came to America looking for something better for their families, leaving children behind, crying children, I should say. But they made the best. The quality of life was increased due to this extra money that was made that they could not make back home. But now soon they have to leave. And those that choose to stay, they might be incarcerated and eventually deported. Man, let's go back. Let's go back. 1600s, the Dutch, the English, they stole this land. And eventually they rebelled. The English rebelled against the king, a tyrant. Let freedom ring, they said. They learned from the Iroquois nation about maintaining peace. And they call it, these colonists call it the U.S. Constitution. Thank you for listening to Iroquois. Learning how to write a constitution that's rooted in indigenous worldview. But you forgot about the slaves. You forgot about the African slaves. They have rights too. But it didn't matter to you because you build your plantations and tobacco industry and so on. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that the Lenape resisted and said, no more beaver belts. And they were shot on sight for refusing to trade. But thank you, Lenape ancestors, for saving the beaver. Hey, let's fast forward now to 2024. They say this land is for only legal Americans. Really? The laws have changed. 250 years, right? Hey, the indigenous worldview. Relatives. We will help you grow your corn. We will help you hunt. We will help you use the plants when you get sick. Thanksgiving's coming up. For those that don't know, Thanksgiving, it's not rooted in a very good positive history. It's kind of rooted in genocide. So Lady Karma has arrived in 2024 for many people. Maybe 2025. Interesting. So what do we do as Taino people? What do we do as descendants of a great nation that greeted Christopher Columbus? We treated him with patience. It was the obligation. So here's the thing. What do? We live in, from us who live in America or in Borinquen or maybe the other islands, and you have family here in America. What's going to happen in 2025? Oh, wow. It's going to be very, very interesting. A lot of these social programs that has a little sprinkle of socialism. When you talk about SSI, SSD, Social Security, Medicaid, what's going to happen to these programs? The SNAP program for food. By the way, what I learned in social work school is that SNAP, known as food stamps, it was really created for the farmers so they can pay off their loans and they can sell their food. So food stamps was created. So there's talk of that. They're going to do away with SNAP or slash it. What's going to happen to all those farmers? How are they going to pay their bills? I guess we have to pay more money. And all those expensive tariffs that's being proposed. All those Chinese products made in China. Ooh, those $12 sneakers, they might jump to $30 now. Those $200 Jordans may be $1,000. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting times, but this is what I want you to do as a Taino person. Honor your ancestors. Honor the resistance. We are alive because we resisted. Our relatives resisted. So wherever you are, I want you to draw a circle. You can pause right now if you don't have any writing utensils or paper or on your computer graphics. Here's the thing. I want you to draw a circle and I want you to draw a dot in the middle. Big dot. Big decimal point. And that's the Atabe circle, the Divine Mother. That's right. I want you to focus on creation, the feminine aspect of creation, where things grow slowly and eventually they are born. Eventually they leave the cave and they meet the sun. And that sun will be brutal sometimes. Sometimes it may freeze you and turn you into stone. Or sometimes the sun can convert you into the power of the flying birds. Take the time to think of nature. Think of the woods. Think of the plants, the mushrooms, the rivers, the brooks. This is where we get our food, our nourishment, our peace. Man, just today in Inwood Hill Park in Manhattan, it was on fire. Just last week in New Jersey, there was fires. In Pennsylvania, there's fires. Yes, nature is warning us of the horrible colonizing actions. That's right, Christopher Columbus, you started it all. America created the Industrial Revolution, and now this whole capitalistic society is destroying the very fabric of our soul to the point where we allow leaders to spend our tax money, if you're an American, in a war of genocide towards Palestine. That's shameful. And now that this soul is kind of ragged and weak and fatigued, what is happening? You have a new leader coming, a rapist, insurrectionist. This is what happens when the soul is weak. It's diseased. It's cancerous. We start making decisions. We start picking leaders who are not servants. They're narcissists. Or they just protect their interests and their buddies who are millionaires and billionaires or six-figure salaries. You are Taino. Draw that circle with the decimal in the middle. And that's the power of Yaya. There is no beginning, there is no end. It's just spins. Sometimes history as we know it repeats itself. So the past becomes the present. And eventually will become our future. So how do we learn not to repeat the same mistakes so we don't get sick? What do? Put that pen or pencil or graphic design. Go to the east. Draw a line to the east. Then I want you to draw a line to the south. And I want you to draw a line to the west. I want you to draw a line to the north. And that is the four directions. Deminan and his three brothers. How you doing? Yes. That's the sacred hoop, as Black Elk once said. And this sacred hoop, this circle is broken. So how do we mend the circle? How do we mend the hoop? Well, let's look at the Northeast. That's the physical realm. How are you doing physically? How is your family doing physically? How is your neighborhood doing physically? How is everyone you encounter in society, how they're doing? This is the physical realm. How's your body? Are you sick? Many people I know are terminal with a very poor prognosis as they get ready to their journey to the spirit world. So many babies were born today. Their journeys have just begun. Physically, how are you doing? Now on the southeast, I want you to look at in the sacred hoop. Look at your mental health. How's your mental health? Are you depressed because a sociopath is going to be the future president? Are you depressed because the current president is still supplying money to Israel for the genocide of the Palestinian people? Are you upset that you don't see Kamala Harris anymore on TV saying that we're not going to go back? Forward, back. What do we have? We have a circle. So how's your mental health? Are you depressed or you're anxious? Write it all down in that section. So I want you to move to the southwest region of your circle. And this is the circle where you talk about your emotions. This is the aspect of yourself. The circle, you talk about your emotions. Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you angry? What's going on? Do you have a flat affect? You just feel nothing? Are you despairing? Emotions are very powerful. It's what moves people from just sitting, doing nothing, to standing up and fighting for a cause. Don't fall asleep on this section. Don't fall asleep on this aspect of what it is to be emotional. Yep. You can unify a people, a nation through hate. And we saw it. Millions of people voted for hate. And then I want you to go to the northwest region, and that is the aspect of humanity, spirituality. How you doing spiritually? You go to church? Did you burn some tobacco? Did you go to a ceremony? Did you celebrate? Did you mourn? What's your spirituality like? It's so important. Fill in that part of the circle. How you doing spiritually? What's the meaning of life? Or what's life's meaning? What have you done for the other? Are you still asking God for help? Spirituality is so important in our life. This is the flavor. That's what I call the flavor. This is the sofrito part of what it means to be human. What it means to be flowing. What's the taste like? That's spirituality, man. That's taste. It's what gives us meaning. It's what makes us enjoy that meal. So here it is. We got one more. Let's go back to the middle. That's the will. It's what gets you up in the morning. It's the part of you that you're able to see a vision of you in the future. This is the sacred hoop. As Taino, we call it the Atabe circle. Throughout the world, this circle represents wholeness, deep meaning, belonging to something greater than yourself. In the Atabe petroglyph, she has like a necklace with this circle and the dot in the middle. You are sacred. Wherever you're going through right now, positive, negative, indifferent, you are sacred. Don't despair. There is hope coming. And the hope is you. It's me. It's us. Let's stick together. Our ancestors stuck together. That's why I'm here, why you're here. And we did it together. They did it together. So let's have hope. Let's hold on to this sacred circle, this sacred hoop. But don't be afraid of those butterflies rumbling in your stomach. I'll be back with TainoRadio. Got some segments. I'll be talking about the sacred sendings. You can check me out again on Taino Funhouse on YouTube. Bo Guatucan. God bless you wherever you are. Let's stick together, okay? And if you're listening from any place in the world, it's all part of the Mother Earth, the Earth Mother. Hope to hear from you soon. You can always hit me up, TainoFunhouse@gmail.com or TainoRadio1491@gmail.com. Please look me up. One thing I'm going to do in 2025, I'm going to introduce a ceremony of the sacred circle, the Taino sacred circle. If you want me to introduce this circle ceremony into your hometown, just let me know. And I'll try to figure out how to get there. I have to figure out how to get to the red states too, you know. They need that sacred circle. Forget the hate, man. Let's just all get along. But that's not easy. But we got the sacred circle. Oh, kama, alabe, yokahu wama. Taino di, atabe, yokahu wama. Atabe, yokahu wama. Atabe, yokahu wama.